Hey guys, Leo and Ninja back for another video. Today we will be talking about Popliteus. So it's this small muscle behind the knee. It attaches from this lateral aspect of your leg bone, so your femur, and actually wraps around the side of your knee into that femur, and even has attachments on the lateral side of the meniscus, so that shock absorbing capability in the knee. And you'll see it travel down into the lower leg onto the opposite side of the tibia. So you can see if it does contract, it causes stabilization of the knee joint and can unlock the knee from a locked positions. I think particularly because it does attach into that lateral meniscus as well, it can have an impact in terms of how your knee stabilizes into that joint. So first of all, we'll assess some range of motion. I mean, typically a good test just to see what it can unlock is a prone knee bend. Ninja, just let me know when you start to feel that quad turn on, mate, yeah, or stretch.
About there.
So Ninja's got pretty good range, but it can be implicit in anything really around the knee. I've had a few clients where they've had some quad issues or even some patella tendon stuff. It's just a muscle that lies a bit deeper that can just have a an impact on the strength and tension relationships around the knee. So for the purpose of this video, we'll dive straight into it. So we kind of want to find, and a good way to test it is just get to Ninja to hold your hamstring there, man. So you'll see the hamstring belly on this medial side pop up. We kind of want to use that as a guide to get into that medial aspect of the lower leg. So I'll kind of trace it down there. I'll support Ninja's leg and then I'll get Ninja just to relax the hammy, mate. Yeah, perfect. So I've got my guideline.
Wow, that's it. That's good.
And boom, we're kind of spot on there. So a bit of feedback and noise from Ninja at the top there, man. We know we're kind of sinking into the correct spot. So can be quite intense, quite hot for the client, but nonetheless, a pretty good release we can get through this muscle here. So yeah, pretty much just needs a bit of a pin and a hold, and we'll just wait a bit to get in a bit deeper, and then we might go for a bit of dynamic movement type stuff too. So yeah, any pain behind the knee, in the knee at all, come and check out some of this Popliteus stuff and see if we can change some of that tension around the knee. So obviously this is the medial side where it attaches into the lower leg that I'm working on. Bit easier to access this part of it. That's where the muscle bulk is. It on the other side of the leg where it comes up into the femur, turns into a bit more of a tendon, but we'll start here where it's a bit more easily accessible. So Ninja's body's been feeling all right recently, man. I know you just went through a bit of a cleanse, a bit of a detox. I'm about to start mine soon too, man. Going to do a fasting protocol starting Monday.
Yep.
Which will end in like a 3-day water fast. So just kind of going through some of the groundwork now, prepping the mind and some of the food that I'm going to have available for the, 7-day protocol? 2, 4, 6, 9, I think it'll be.
9, yeah.
So yeah, it's just about eliminating some solid foods to begin with, and by the end of it, yeah, you're well and truly into no eating at all, 3 days water. For me, I think, yeah, the challenge will be the 3-day water. I've done a couple of those in the past. But the first few days shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm already doing 1 meal a day here and there, or, not eating breakfast or sometimes lunch. So, but yeah, it'll be about some people that we're taking along for the ride with us. Just encouraging better health choices and just looking at health from a different perspective, man. There's a lot that fasting can do for us in terms of, yeah, cleaning the pipes, cleaning the body.
Yeah, we just got to give it a chance. A lot of times it takes up so much energy eating.
Yeah.
One thing, just a little bit of trivia, like when you're doing these extended fasts, you don't need anywhere near as much sleep. And it's sort of highlighted to me just how much energy it does take up to break up food, digest food.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times I suppose we go to bed with a full belly, and yeah, we need to sleep to kind of process it and do that the processing and then the elimination in the morning. So
while we're trying to recover, it's like we're still got to spend energy trying to digest as well. Yeah. I guess it's just a habitual thing. Yeah, people might get home late and think they've missed dinner, and it's either go to bed or sleep. It's almost like people still want to get their meals in. So you're just sleeping for the next 8 hours. It's not like you're running or you need the energy ASAP, right?
No.
So I think it's about also just getting people to question maybe why they're eating, when they're eating.
Yeah, I think that a lot about breakfast. It was like you eat your evening meal and then you do nothing, you go to sleep, and then you kind of fill the tank up again. I was like, you filled up last night. If it was a car, you wouldn't go and fill your car up on the way home because you're low on fuel.
Yeah.
And then you go and fill it up again in the morning. It's just sort of, you haven't used the fuel.
Well, that's it, man. I think the other misconception too is that, like the car, sometimes that's not even the analogy. It's like our fuel reserve isn't in our stomach.
Yeah.
Our fuel and our calories, they're stored in our blood and in our tissues, so
muscle glycogen.
That's it. Fat stores.
Yeah.
All good sources of fuel.
Yeah.
So, Ninja, how's that feeling now, man?
Yeah, it's really good, man. It's sort of the intensity backed right off.
Yeah.
It was a good kind of pressure that you had at the start.
Yeah.
And it's really important to honour, where that tissue's at and tune into it.
So we can start encouraging a bit of dynamic movement into the treatment as well, just to kind of get some new angles into the tissue. So it's just like playing an instrument, man. Bit of a guitar here. Played guitar for a number of years, man, so pretty familiar with this position, mate.
Yeah. Strong hands in that position.
Yeah.
Didn't know you played guitar, man.
Yeah, it's been a while since I picked it up though, man. It kind of sits in the garage now, but yeah.
Get you around the campfire, mate.
Yeah. Might have to do a duo with Farnell.
I reckon. The Joshy, he plays a bit too.
You might have to start an MMT band or something.
I reckon it's going to happen.
Who's going to be the singer, man?
Get the jingle. I don't think it should be me.
We might have to put auditions up first, mate.
Yeah.
Might have to audition.
Can you sing?
No, not really, man.
No.
Yeah. I can sing, but I haven't really auditioned. I feel like everyone can sing.
Yeah, everyone can sing. Where it's good.
Yeah, but is it
it's
good,
palatable or not is another thing.
I can use my vocal cords.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to encourage some flow out of that knee. We've kind of got in there and moved some stuff around. It's important just to, again, move some of that waste product or, particles that occur from movement back into the blood supply, so they're not trapped up against the skeleton and lodged into the fascia. So speaking about cleaning, the body's ability to do so is done through a number of processes, but particularly through the blood, through the lymphatic system, and so we're just trying to encourage some of that waste product back into the belly of the tissue. So we'll just retest the pro knee band. Ninja, just let me know, when you're feeling your quad.
About there.
Yeah, so we kind of got heel to bum. So that's a pretty good outcome. We'll probably hear before. So Ninja's got some pretty good range in his quads to start with, but some of you might be here to start with, and literally it can be just as simple as pinning and holding a Popliteus. That just releases the relationship of tension in the knee, and we're actually able to get here without the quad feeling tight. I think Ninja, you might have had a story regarding that, man, or was that a different one you had?
No. No, 13 years ago I did a full rupture of my ACL, and what I noticed was in the back of my knee I had pain, and it was the popliteus, and I kind of I couldn't sit on my heels. So, and what I kind of realised was the popliteus, because I had a ligament trauma, it became my ligament. So it held the two bones together. That's what ligaments do. They hold bones together, so they weren't slopping apart. And I kind of left this pain in the back of my leg intuitively. I didn't worry about range because I knew it was stabilising my knee, while other things were kind of coming up to speed and healing. And then I released my own popliteus. It took me, I think, about an hour and a half. I remember I was in
one continuous pin.
Yeah, one continuous pin on that medial side, and I was it was only like a centimetre, I reckon, of distance, but mostly pinning one specific spot that was just traumatised and stuck, and I had this therapeutic pain, and I was just thumb in at that bone level, and yeah, from that point onwards, I haven't had a problem since, and this is nearly 13 years ago.
There you go, man.
All of a sudden I had range, no pain in the back of the leg, in the back of that knee, and I could sit on my heel and I could go beyond it right from that. Yeah,
amazing, man.
Get nowhere near it. I was like there.
Speaking about thumb in, we'll try this other aspect of it, where I was pointing to before. Let me get the right view on that one. So yeah, you've got the head of the fib here, and we're just above that onto the femur on the lateral side of the leg. So we'll try and chase that connection. So head of the fib is the most bony prominence as you work your way up to lateral leg there. So that's sticking out nice and like a checkpoint for us. And then we'll just sink in and up onto that femur. Yeah.
It's so cool to know that every human's got this anatomy inside us.
That's it.
You know, we kind of don't necessarily connect. But, you know, you look at a book, but yeah, there's just pictures or whatever if you're kind of not really into it. But we've all got these attachments and muscles that go in different directions, so it gives us movement. They're pulling on bones, then they shorten so that the bone will come towards, you know, where the contraction is, type of thing. So
that's it. They're there to move our skeleton, move us through, you know, space and time.
Yeah.
I think just to get a bit more in tune with your muscles, or you've got to move. You know, it's the language of the body, and the more you move, you can speak that language a bit more intimately, know yourself a little bit more, and then start to sort of sense into things like pain, what's it trying to teach you, or you know, you just get some awareness of what your body needs if you move more. So. Yeah, really good call to action if you are quite sedentary or you move not as much as you should. Start speaking the language of your body. You'll appreciate yourself for it. So get fluent. Mm-hmm. How's this feeling in here, Ninja?
Yeah, you had some good spots along that line. You just did.
Yeah.
I can feel when you're on the attachment side, so it felt really therapeutic. Just there, it feels really kind of therapeutic, an achy therapeutic feeling.
Yeah. So I'm kind of on that lateral aspect of that femur, just above the head of the fib here. So we're a bunch of fascia that, you know, integrates through the knee there, and with some consistent and broad enough pressure here, we can have an idea of where that popliteus attachment is, and so we're able to hit it from this other side as well. Yeah, right in between the two joints there. So again, just replacing thumbs. We'll do a bit of dynamic stuff, Leo, so just have a look from there, man. Again. Just distracting the knee ever so slightly and just encouraging some passive range through the tissue. It can come actively as well, particularly if there is pain in this source and location. We'll just get Ninja. Just bend that knee slowly, mate. Yeah, nice controlled. All right, we can just find some new angles, encourage the tissue to move around the connection through this point. So again, to finish, we'll just stay connected to that bone, that fascia, and let's flush it back.
Feels good.
Into the flow. All right, guys, so yeah, short but sweet muscle there, has a lot to do with the stabilization of that knee and is an integral part in the sort of strength and tension relationship around such a, you know, big quads and thighs, a lot of force transferred. Again, we were talking about moving the skeleton, so you've got these big movers, these big force creators, you know, articulating into the knee here, and again, the calf kind of widens in as well, so it's this kind of dense, packed area of fascia. Having a look up here on the knee, you can see it all in white there. It's got to absorb all that force and move it through that space. So a clean goes a long way, particularly in the back of the knee, in that popliteus. Any pain in the knee, come visit MMT, check it out, get yourself treated, and that's all we got, Ninj.
Yeah.
Done.
Done. Popliteus, get it done.